The cement industry in India has undergone dramatic transformations over the last few decades. One of the biggest driving forces behind this evolution has been mergers and acquisitions. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at how mergers and acquisitions have reshaped the cement industry. Let's dive a bit deep into an interesting case study of UltraTech Cement, one of India's largest cement producers currently. Now, India's biggest infrastructure company is Larsen and Toubro, or L&T, which has constructed huge infrastructure projects everywhere around you, like the Atal Setu in Mumbai, the Narendra Modi Stadium in Motera, and the Statue of Unity, one of the world's biggest statues. It was started by two Danish engineers in 1938. Now, side quest for you, do a bit of your own research and please find out which family owns L&T now. Coming back to the story at hand, L&T is a company worth 4,50,000 crore. A company so huge, no one in India can even think of buying it out. However, that was not always the case. But wait a minute, why are we talking about L&T when we were discussing the cement sector? It is because UltraTech Cement was actually born out of all the failed attempts of hostile takeovers of L&T. It started when an NRI businessman, Mr. Manu Chhabadiya, learned about an old Indian company L&T, which was the largest engineering company in the country back then. He wanted a high stake in the company, which he eventually started buying. By 1998, his stake in L&T had grown to 1.5%. However, L&T was a bit reluctant to let the ownership slip away to an NRI businessman like Manu Chhabadiya. Therefore, L&T approached India's richest family as a white knight to save them from this acquisition and request them to acquire more stake than Chhabadiya in the company. The name of the family was the Ambanis. Dhirubhai Ambani bought a stake of 12.5% initially, which he later increased to 18%. Ambanis not only increased the stake, but also started becoming board members. Besides Mr. Dhirubhai, both his sons, Mr. Mukesh and Anil Ambani, also were appointed to the board. With such moves, the real intentions of the Ambanis were pretty clear. After Manu, it was the Ambanis who became the ones trying to take over L&T. Ambanis took advantage of their position in the company, like taking a grant of about 570 crore from L&T and asking it to buy shares in Reliance as well. Now hold your horses for another plot twist. There was a political angle to the story as well, wherein Mr. VP Singh, the then Prime Minister for 11 months, was in power, and he was not particularly the biggest supporter of Ambani's. And moreover, he was definitely not in favor of them acquiring L&T. Hence, because of the government intervention in 1989, the Ambanis were forced to resign from the board, but still kept a passive share in the company. Well, this blow by Mr. VP Singh was definitely a massive one. Cut to 2001. Now, after being passive investors in L&T for over a decade, Ambanis decided to withdraw completely from the company and sold their entire stake of 18% to none other than Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla. The Birlas had been particularly interested in the cement division of L&T for a while, as it was a direct competition with their cement company Grasim. Having learned the lesson the hard way, L&T could sense the potential threat to the company as well, and by now it desperately needed a leader and savior, and preferably not one who wanted to take over the company. To save the company, Mr. A.M. Nayak, the then CEO and MD of L&T, brought all the employees together to save the company by becoming the owners of the company. Eventually, this is how L&T's employee trust was formed. Finally, after months of negotiations and discussions, in 2003, Birlas agreed to exit their stake in L&T and it was sold to the employee trust. In return, Birlas got what they wanted, the L&T Cement division. and this was eventually formed into UltraTech Cement. The L&T UltraTech merger was one of the most prominent M&A deals in the cement industry. UltraTech acquired L&T's cement business, making it the largest producer of cement in India for a very long time. This consolidation wasn't just about increasing production. It gave UltraTech a strategic advantage in terms of geographical reach, market share, and the scale of operations. But the story does not end here. Consolidation, even today, continues to play a crucial role in the cement industry's evolution. Let's talk about the recent acquisitions by the Adani Group in the sector. In 2022, Adani Group entered the cement industry in a major way, making a move that would set the stage for its rapid expansion. Their first big step came in May 2022 when it acquired a Swiss company, Holcim's Indian assets, which were Ambuja Cement and ACC, in a deal which was valued at $10.5 billion. This strategic acquisition was India's biggest M&A transaction in the infrastructure and materials space, making Adani India's largest cement producer.
टूटेगी कैसे? अंबुजा सीमेंट से जो बनी है.
But it didn't stop there. The Adani Group continued to make waves with acquisitions, diversifying its operations and strengthening its market presence by acquiring a majority stake in Sanghi Industries in December of 2023. And thereafter, Ambuja Cements under the Adani umbrella also acquired Penna Cement. Now, Adani's entry into the cement industry demonstrates the power of mergers and acquisitions as a tool for corporate growth and growth really fast. By strategically acquiring key players, Adani Group has now positioned itself as a force to be reckoned with in the Indian cement market, and its M&A strategy continues to shape the industry's future.